Oh man, what's the business? You already know what time it is. It's your folk Marquise, and welcome to another episode of our OVF. That's right, OVF, man. Overstanding Fridays. I'm showing up, man. I'm showing up, and to be so honest with you, I'm proud of myself. Cause one thing that I learned is you gotta be proud of yourself first. You gotta pat yourself on the back. You got to be willing and able to look in that mirror and say, great job, Marquise. Great job, your name. You did what you said you was going to do. Why? That builds habits. That builds character. That builds an identity of doing what you say you're going to do. It's very important. And I talk about that in some of my coaching and things of that nature, helping people write books. By the way, if you did not know, I do help purpose-driven individuals become published authors, even though they are busy. And this is the first time I mention it on here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave a link below where you can get my free author checklist and things of that nature, if that's what you would like to do. But I don't want to get too much into that right now. Let's go ahead and get into this segment. I don't want to say this is one of my favorite segments, but, you know, this is a reality. You know, this is a reality that has affected me personally and I've experienced personally. And it's just what it is. So let's get right into it, man. This is coming from page 86. And y'all know I do read a portion of Overstanding on our OVF Fridays. And I break it down. So in this one, I'm talking about crack cocaine and how it affected communities of color. Crack cocaine was spreading throughout the United States similar to a weaponized virus. Ugh. In my opinion, the crack explosion was a strategically planned instrument of producing vast amounts of money for the people behind the scenes. But it was also an instrument of planned, chaotic destruction. It's my personal opinion. Although crack also affected middle-class white people, it was a targeted strike upon the hoods of America. So when you look back, again, cocaine was a drug of luxury, a drug of affluence or opulence, a drug of money. You know what I'm saying? People did blow that had money. People had paper, they snorted coke, you know what I'm saying? In the hoods, it was more, dope, you know what I'm saying, that heroin, and of course weed was very well. But that coke was more expensive to obtain, so a lot of people in the inner cities and things of that nature didn't have the means to go get blow like that. So, freebase hit the scene in a general sense, and people was just freebasing. But when that straight hard, that crack cocaine hit the scene, that changed everything. That changed everything. And I won't dare, but knowing, I won't there, I was literally like a baby when crack cocaine was really hitting the scenes heavy. I was born in 85, so, it was waving through Richmond. But when I look at what has happened in times past, knowing about social engineering, knowing about how the highways were, used to not only just expand commerce, but to separate neighborhoods, which many neighborhoods still haven't truly recovered. So, as I always have said, there are deeper agendas. It ain't just surface level stuff. Those that are in power, plan things years and years ahead. They're very strategic on what they do and why they do it. So again, I believe that it was a strategic instrument. It could have just been Joe Blow in the neighborhood, whipped it up. But I believe personally that somebody that knows something, got some chemists, and figured out a way. I could be totally wrong. But, just understanding how things work, once they found that they can mix it with, whatever, baking soda, B12, all different type of stuff to cut it and stretch it and give you that good strong high and be able to to mass produce it, you know, because you could take some raw coke, some good strong powder, and, you know, cut it with the baking soda and cook it and rock it up and all that. And man, if it's some good blow in general, once you cook it up, you know how to really cook properly and bring it back, you know, man, you sew up a whole neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So a good chemist, a good cook, knows how to cook it, knows how to whip it, knows how to make it hard, knows how to make a good product. And because it was cheaper, it went through the hoods like a, as they called it, white tornado. There was a recession going on in the early 80s, and apparently people were suffering financially. One of the primary victims of financial circumstances were young black youth, especially males. Unemployment was tough to deal with, and people have needs. Now, I know that because of my faith, I have morals and standards that I must uphold and live out. I also know that people like to think of themselves as stand-up citizens or upstanding citizens. What I will say is this. I know that it must have been tough to justify not making a quote-unquote business transaction to a quote-unquote paying customer when you have bills due, your family suffering under the pressures of poverty, and you have an opportunity to come up. And as is always somebody's excuse, everybody's doing it. So in that point, I was really painting the realistic case, painting the realistic picture of justifying selling drugs back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Again, it was the 80s. It was a recession, and times was hard. Everybody hates poverty. Nobody wants to be impoverished. Nobody wants to wear hand-me-downs. Nobody wants holes in their shoes. Nobody want, you know what I'm saying, nobody want to eat government cheese and all this foolishness. Nobody wants to feel the pressures of real poverty. So it's easy. This is what I'm saying. It's always easy for people to point the finger and say, y'all Negroes could have did more. Y'all could have, you know, went and got a job or 2 jobs or 3 jobs or did something. You ain't have to sell drugs. And that's true. However, the reality of working 1 and 2 and 3 jobs for such low wages, killing yourself, stretching yourself thin, working this job. As soon as you get off this job, you go to this job. Go home, take a nap, wake up, and work the overnight job. Man, listen to that. When I got the opportunity to go get a gram, just a little rock, and cut it up and put it in little plastic corner bags and go out on the corner and people gonna come up to me with cash in hand, I spent $50, man. And I just turned it to 100. I take this 100 and I turn it into 200. And then I took this 200 and turned that into 400. Then I went and got me a quarter and turned that into 650. Because you got to cut them a little, you know what I'm saying? Took that quarter, that 650, I went and got, went and got me some food, but then I went and got a half. A half of what? A half an ounce. And blew up from there. It's hard telling somebody don't do that. Them some old numbers, man. I've been out there. Them some old numbers. I don't know what it is now, but I'm just saying. Those were some of the numbers back when I was out there. Such was the case back in the early to mid-'80s among young blacks and Hispanics. When an individual can earn more money in one single day than both of their parents or guardians, if they was in the house, combined in a week, even a month at times, put food on the table, dress their entire family as well as themselves in quality clothing, keep the lights on, and even own a good quality automobile, man, it's difficult to say no to the source of the income. No one likes poverty. No one. And poverty is, without a doubt, an extreme motivator. It just so happens that cocaine, a popular drug in the 70s and on into the 80s, was now available in a cheaper, readily smokable, convenient form. And everybody wanted it. Because of its new arrival, the horrifying effects of addiction were unknown for a while. However, the downward spiral was soon to follow. And I'm going to finish with this. So let's do a little math here. And listen to this, y'all. This is my opinion. This is my perspective. It could be wrong. It could just be coincidence. But listen to this perfect storm. We have a nationwide recession causing hard times, plus the weight of real poverty in specific areas. There's also a new drug available, incredibly addictive, extraordinarily profitable, and contagious. Not to mention a new form of music filled with the passionate lyrics of inner city young people that are experiencing the woes of injustice, poverty, crime, etc. Add to that passionate street narratives being widely distributed throughout the nations, fueling and influencing even more listeners. The release of a cult classic film known as Scarface, showing a Cuban immigrant rising to the top of the social ladder via cocaine and mayhem, was just perfect. And of course, dollar signs in the eyes of executives in multiple industries, especially the entertainment industry. If we were to add all of this up, we will see that the total of this equation equals absolute destruction. Period. That's my personal perspective, man. You had the recession, you had crack cocaine hitting the scene, you had gangster rap hitting the scene with NWA and you had Scarface being released in 1983. So it was like boom, 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 boom. It's your folk Marquise, man. It's your folk Marquise. That's my personal opinion. Tell me down below in the comments your thoughts on the crack epidemic. We're still seeing it years and years and years later. I had family members that was addicted to crack. In Richmond, we call it flav, F-L-A-V. You know what I'm saying? That flav, that hard, that yak. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, man. This was years ago. Who got some yak, man? Little fiends, the junkies come back and forth. Who got some? You got some hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You got some hard. You know, who got some yak out here, man? You know what I'm saying? Who got some flav? You got some flav? It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? These people, uncles, aunts, sisters, mamas. You know, that's their life, man. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see people set free from them drugs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people living better these days, but it was crazy, man. It was crazy. It's your folk Marquise, man. You see them rocking that Think Different, Live Different t-shirt, the male, the Prince. The Princess Joan also available. Still got this summer pre-launch summer sale going on where you purchase a t-shirt, you get the book for free. Help me help this culture. Help me shift this culture. We can do it one t-shirt, one book at a time. It's your folk Marquise. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and how we could kind of move in the direction of changing the mindset of these young people. Just to throw this solution in. Now, to me, I share with the youngsters, it's too much legal money out here now. People is killing the game with Forex, Airbnb, Turo, network marketing. It's too much legal money. Shopify and e-commerce. It's too much legit paper out here for the brothers and sisters to still be hustling, robbing, and killing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I'm looking to continue to earn money, you know, with my books, with my t-shirts and other content, speaking engagements, so I can go back and show them receipts. Like, look, bro, I got it out the mud. Look, sis, I got it out the mud. Let me help you so you can feed your family and we can make it do what it do. It's your folk Marquise. You already know what time it is, man. Think different. Live different. Any questions? Y'all bless.